They don't want me to do this video for some reason, and I'm gonna keep doing it until I can't do it anymore, until it posts like I want it to. They just cut off my last video. I was 16 minutes in, and then all of a sudden it started doing what it does again. You know, they'll kick you out. You'll go back and say try again. It'll start back up. So that first time it did it, I was like, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and end it now before they try to do what they did last time, where I've talked for so long and then it only caught 5 minutes or 5 seconds of the video. So I'm going to go ahead and end it. Well, I ended it only for it to tell me an error occurred, and of course the video did not post. It's like it's not there anymore. And so here I am going to start it again. I'm going to start all over. And what I started off by saying is that evidently the smear campaign that they were doing, that I've been talking about, has worked. So where I was laughing at it and not paying so much attention to what I know was happening, while at the same time alerting y'all to what is happening, they've gotten it to go a little bit further. Instead of the lower level people who work here, they went higher up to the store manager. And it's so funny because she's been here for as long as I was working right across the street. I was working there for 11 years. Hasn't been quite a year since whatever happened. I've no longer worked there. So we can just say right at 12 years, give or take, around 12 years. She's been here for as long as I've been here. Now I left for a few months, and I'm just getting back. But after 11 years of seeing me, it's not like you're confused about who I am. But somehow they've gotten to her. And so where I was laughing, because I recognized that a couple of these employees in here probably recognize what's going on with these people that I've been telling y'all who frequent here to do what it is that they were doing. You'd think she would recognize that I'm not a threat after we've both been here for just as long. But that's not the case, because I'm standing in line after picking up the stuff that I picked up. And it's so funny because I didn't even go in there this time to just hang out. I went in this time to just buy what I was buying and come straight back out. I used the restroom and went on to buy what I was buying. And I was coming right back out of the store. I didn't even bring anything in with me to look like I was going to sit in the sitting area that they have for you. But I noticed as I'm standing in the line that she looks over at me, and it's like she all of a sudden becomes paranoid. And she started asking the girl at the counter, was she okay? Now, I've been in this store for long enough to know that the only time they would ask if someone at the counter was okay, if they needed assistance, is if the line was almost touching the door. Now, to see, because I know I several places, and that's what happened. It'll be nobody to begin with, and then all of a sudden, here come the flood of people. And so I look around to see who's in the store, who could be standing in line, and it's nobody. It's one person in front of me that the girl is waiting on, myself, right behind that one person, and one other person behind me. And so now I'm what? And so at this point, she's asked the girl like 2 or 3 times already, was she okay? But evidently, the girl didn't hear her because the girl is in her own zone. Like I was saying, that the girl was kind of, she was being a little extra. She was smiling and doing her due diligence at work. Because you can tell, you know how people, they go over and beyond when they know management is watching. Because normally they would just be regular. And there's nothing wrong with just being regular, but again, when it's people watching, then you have to be extra. And so she was like really, really giving extra. Just smiling, and she was doing her job, but she wasn't really paying attention. So I'm assuming she didn't hear top management repeatedly asking her, was she okay? Because she was like tunnel vision in what she was doing. And so the lady walked over. The lady walked over, stopped what she was doing, and walked over to the girl and kind of whispered. Now, I don't know why you would whisper that after you yelled across the store, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? If she ain't asked for you, what make you think she's not okay? Just because you looked up and seen me? This is not a new person that's working. This person, she been here at least long as I've been back. I've seen her. I've seen a couple of other people go through training. It wasn't her. She was already here. And so she don't need assistance as she knows what she's doing. And so what other reason would you be constantly asking her, is she okay? And furthermore, why would you whisper it like you ain't just yell across the store? Because you was just at a completely different part of the store asking if she was okay. And now all of a sudden you whispering it like it's, why? I don't know. It was weird, y'all. So me recognizing that evidently the smear campaign has worked. What I've been telling y'all about and warning y'all about has worked. Maybe not with some of the middle people or the first level of people, the lower level of people, just your regular employees, and the maybe one or of the assistant managers. But with the biggest one, it has evidently worked. Because what other reason would you be asking if she was okay? With it being only 2 other people in line. The store is not full of people. There's nothing else going on. You over there working in a different department, but you've had to stop doing what you were doing and ask her, was she okay? And again, this particular top manager over the whole store, she been here as long as I've been here. And so it's not like she should be unfamiliar with me. And if it has never been an issue in all of these years, why would it be an issue now? Makes no sense to me. And so although I don't know what's being said in the background, what's being told, I feel like this has become a pattern. And I'm starting to recognize it being done. Before I didn't pay that much attention. But I'm starting to recognize that it's being done now. They have people stationed and kind of following me around to every location that I frequent. And one minute everything will seem fine. People will be happy, smiling at you, talking to you, and the next minute, all of a sudden, people aren't talking to you anymore and they're looking funny at you. They're being strange around you. which has kind of been the story of my life for this past year. People who I was around regularly all of a sudden stopped talking to me and started treating me like a stepchild, just out of the blue for no reason. And now I'm starting to watch it happen with businesses. I don't know what's being said, but I know there's some real messed up stuff that's going on, y'all. It's really messed up. And it's like they do it. They want people looking at you a certain way, and they want you ostracized. They want you by yourself. And it's a better chance you may react to something, which is what they're trying to get you to do. They're trying to get you to have some type of reaction, to just all of a sudden snap when it comes down to something. So these rumors that they are spreading, the lies that they're true. And I've gotten to this point where I kind of been posting to people who I feel like are gang stalking, and that's probably not the best thing to do. I was just watching a video, and it makes perfect sense for you not to do that, because it can be used against you. They already trying to make it look like you're crazy. So now it's going to look like you're just posting random people, random things. And it's funny because I was saying just yesterday that I'm not going to post just the one-offs, but the people who I see regularly do it. Like the Florida truck that kept appearing at the park. No matter what time of day I was at the park, they were there. I said I was going to start posting stuff like that, but here's the deal. There's so many people involved in this. So many people. It's not that often you're going to see the same people over and over and over again, unless it's a situation like this where they're purposely trying to befriend the employees so that they can smear your name, so that they can have people looking at you a certain way. And I was just saying, not only is it's annoying, but it's disappointing. Because although me and this don't have a relationship, I feel like she should know me better than that, based off how many years I've been coming in the store and how many years she. And I say better than that, but I don't know what's actually being said, because no one will be bold enough to come to you and tell you exactly what's going on and pretend not to know anything while you're getting sad. While 1 minute it seems like everything is okay, the next minute nobody wants to talk to you. Everybody appear to be scared of you. People acting weird around you. And as I was doing the first video, I looked up and seen one of the ladies that used to come into my store all the time when I worked across the street. She used to come in all the time. While I was recording right then, I couldn't think of her name, but now her name has came to me, Dee Dee. And I could have sworn that was her. Like, I hadn't seen her in a while, because once I left my job, she was no longer there. She finally got her stuff and left. And she hadn't been there for a while. At one point, I was very familiar with her sister, and her husband, who all came to the store frequently. But specifically her, me and her were kind of cool. We had this, I guess you would call it some type of friendship we had, because she would come in and She was the nicest lady. She just used to talk all the time and tell me about everything that was going on with her. We shared life stories with each other. She'd come in all the time, and I was just saying when it kind of caught my eye, I was kind of looking to make sure it was her because it kind of made you want to almost just run over to her and tell her, you have no idea all the stuff I've been going through since we last talked, because we used to talk about a lot of stuff. And she was just a customer, she's just one of my customers who came in regularly. But she liked to talk and I liked to listen. And because she was so comfortable, it made me so comfortable. And so we shared a lot of stuff with each other. White lady, older white lady. And so I looked over and I know that was her. I was trying to make sure it was her, but she pulled on off, y'all. I wanted to go over there so bad and tell her. It's like you the only person that know I'm not losing my mind out here in these streets. It's like you the only person who acts like they know my truth. And honestly, I haven't talked to her since everything kicked in. And so I don't know, if her mind has been poisoned like everybody else. Because you'd be surprised, people who are around you and have known you for years, all of a sudden they just act like it's something wrong all of a sudden. Now, how is it that all of a sudden it's something wrong with me? It's something wrong with my mind. It's like y'all don't see what's happening. But I was just watching something and saying that the people who are easily convinced about stuff that they're told are people who wanted to see you in that type of light anyway. And so we already know, I've told y'all the story about my family and friends who did certain things, reacted certain ways while I was out here living my life, when I was out here starting different businesses, when I was out here educating myself about different things, when I was out here traveling the world. It seemed like the more I got out and I traveled, even at some point when I was out at these celebrity events, it seemed like the more that I posted about the life that I was living, the more they kind of grew away from me. At one point, some of them, not even all of them, because some of them always been kind of the way they are. But at one point, some of them were active on my page and liking my stuff that I posted. And it seemed like the more that I posted stuff, the more I traveled, the less they liked. And eventually it got to the point where they just stopped talking to me, stopped liking my stuff, and all started supporting each other. And so y'all know the whole story of that, because I think I've said it more than once. And so you would look at them and say, I'm not surprised. I am not surprised that they could have wanted to hear something different. I am not surprised that they didn't make something up in their own brain themselves because they were jealous about whatever it was that I was doing. And considering the situation, they've always been the ones who've always had more than me and had more going on than me. So to look around and it appears that I'm living a better life than they are, I can understand where the jealousy would come from somebody who's not secure within themselves. And so it doesn't surprise me. And so I don't know why I'm shocked when it comes down to people who I don't even know, but who see me, been around me for several years, to all of a sudden be the way they are. Y'all, I'm so disappointed in this whole thing. I'm laughing, but you laugh to keep from crying because I'm asking, until you got a response. Two people in the line. Same thing it was doing. All of a sudden, the internet's gonna go in and out, in and out, in and out. It's letting me come almost to the end of it, where I would normally be about to end the videos, and then it's like it's almost ending it for me. So it just ended again, exactly on 22 seconds. I had to click try again, start back. And so I guess we're just gonna keep repeating the same until it posts. We'll keep repeating the same thing until it posts. So I don't know if we're either gonna let this one post or not. Guess we'll see though. I guess we're gonna see. So I'm gonna end it here and I'll be back. Hopefully not with the same video. I'll be back.